Good morning. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Live on Facebook. If you want to watch us on Facebook, you get to see us. It's not a great site, but
I have a face for radio.
Right? There you go. That's what they used to say about me. So we got Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement in studio. We've been talking an hour before about design, build, home improvement. Let's recap for the audience really quick, Brian. What does design build mean?
It means we have the ability to come in and take a look at the space that you have and then take measurements and then take those measurements and put them on graph paper and design a floor plan or an elevation right in front of you so you get to see what it's going to look like before you spend your money.
Okay. That's an excellent definition. Let me tell you what design build means to me. First of all, adding your definition into that, 100%. Let me go on top of that. As an expert in home improvement, and I know you agree with this because I'm sure of this, in the past, as a contractor, was one of the best in the business, when I got plans from a homeowner from an architect, and the architect said, hey, you can get this done for $200,000, and I'd look at it, and I'd review it, I'd go over with the homeowner, and I'd see all this, like the windows, VIF. I'm thinking to myself, how much do you pay for these plans? Oh, it's $12,000. Really? Do you know what VIF means? They're like, no. What does that mean? Verify in field. So your architect charged you $12,000 and then told whoever the builder was that they have to verify in field. So they didn't take the time to do the measurements and spec out the right windows. So I'm thinking to myself, what is this going on here? Why is he putting this here? So we would re-engineer the whole dang.
Same with us.
Yeah. And
or
say,
we
here's
make
how
them
you're
sign a
gonna do
waiver.
it. And then we'd be like, hey, look, you get the wrong, this didn't even design properly. Oh, what do you mean? So then we'd break it down and show them. And then they're like, oh, man. So architects were never my friend. That's why I design build. Because if you built the architectural plans, in the middle of the job, if there was a problem, people would be pointing the fingers this way and that way. Oh, the architect, well, the builder should have known. But the builder, listen, the plan, we're following the plans. The plans are a roadmap, Mrs. Homeowner. I don't have a crystal ball to tell you when we get to this phase, this is going to happen. So for design builds, for everyone out there, when you hire a contractor, you want him to do the design because of this major reason. If there's a mistake in the design, if there's a mistake in the project, you only can blame one person. One source, accountability. Brian, your comment, please.
I want them to deal with me directly on the design and the build. I do not want any outside interference. Reason being is you can send anyone over with a tape measure and a camera. They'll take pictures and draw a set of blueprints, but we don't know what's behind the walls, and we don't know if it's going to fit and work correctly. I tell homeowners this all the time.
You don't have X-ray vision?
No.
Whoa.
No, I'm not Superman. I'm too fat to be Superman. So I might be the Hulk. I tell homeowners all the time, and this is our number one statement. I say, architects design things that we can't build.
Now, if you're an architect out there listening, please text us, 248-539-9797. We'd love to hear your comments or opinions on this because a lot of architects used to be like, we don't do renovation projects. It's like they're the bottom feeders. They used to treat us like the.
And now we're the top of the food chain, aren't we?
It happens. It always is a cycle.
We are the top of the food chain.
Right, it happens. So I'd like to hear from an architect. By the way, if you're a homeowner right now, you got a question, home improvement related, 248-539-9797. Text us. And then, of course, don't forget, everyone, it's Shout Out Saturday. We'd love to give you a shout out, so text us as well. And if you want to watch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, we're on everything right now. We'd love to, I'd love to, answer your questions. So we got Brian Lee in studio. You mentioned superheroes. I just want everyone to know I'm a nerd when it comes to superheroes. And we've had this in the past, but I've never asked you this question. Of all the superheroes out there, in your opinion, who would be the best contractor?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. That's really hard. The Hulk will destroy it.
Well, he's the demo. He'd be a great demo contractor.
Right. And then Black Adam would probably be the guy that would do all the heavy lifting.
You like him?
Oh, I love that.
Superman would wipe the floor with him.
Yeah, but you're asking me about building. You're not asking me about if they were to fight. Right?
I already know the answer.
Okay. So to be quite honest with you, I guess it would probably, I like the Flash. Like
fast.
He would
Get
be
the
fast.
job done quick.
Right. He'd get it done quick. You can get it quick, fast, or cheap. Which one of the two do you want?
2 out of
Or
3.
Right. So probably Superman. I think Superman might be the guy. Spider-Man.
Well, he
would
has
hold-
X-ray vision, so
Right.
he can see if there's any
Right.
mold and stuff behind the walls.
Sure.
I got you beat.
Ooh.
You ready?
Go ahead.
The best contractor, if he was a superhero, my opinion only, from Adam Helfman, would be Batman. And I'll tell you why.
Oh, come on.
He's got the best toolkit. Bruce Wayne.
He plays with steel and he plays with moving objects. He doesn't deal with buildings and stuff. We're talking contractors. I could
Oh,
have
my
Thor. He's got a
God.
hammer. He can destroy things.
Listen to me, okay? 248-539-9797. I just want to know right now if anyone out there, text me who you think the best contractor would be. I say Batman because Batman has the tool belt. He's got the toolbox. He's got the brains. He's got the money. Bruce Wayne. Maybe he might put a little creepiness into the walls or something.
He's going to finance the project.
Yeah, but I've got to be honest. It's got to be Batman. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to shout out to McAllister Fence, All Seasons Tree, and American Landscaping. My name's Adam Helfman. Keep it locked in here. We're also on Facebook Live. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Higher Time. My name's Adam Helfman. Brian Lee in studio, Metro Home Improvement. What's the phone number, Brian?
586-929-0224.
And tell everyone who's listening right now what type of work you do.
Well, we do residential, we do commercial, we do industrial. We specialize in residential remodeling, restoration, and renovation work. So I tell everyone we'll install a doorbell all the way up to building a brand new home.
Okay. You'll install a doorbell?
Yeah, if somebody really...
I got the
have
Ring
older
doorbell.
Folks that call me, like older folks. They're in their 80s. They're like, hey, my doorbell doesn't work. I can't find anybody. We'll go out there and fix it for them.
I have the Ring doorbell, and I can't hear it except when it's on my phone. I
love it, too. That guy is unbelievable. Did you see him on Shark Tank? He got
They turned him down. I love that.
I know.
$4 billion later.
Yeah.
So I can't hear it. I got to put the louder. They have you plug it in, and it's like a speaker. And it connects to it. So I got to get that. I got to order it. But anyways, we were talking design build, and then we were saying who would be the best contractor as a superhero. Which superhero is the best contractor? I wanted everyone to text me, 248-539-9797. Text me which superhero you think would be the best contractor. I say Batman. Here's someone who came in. The best contractor could be Doctor Strange because he can see a million options quickly and know the best one. That reminds me of him in Endgame when he was floating in the Mind Stone. And he thought, 14 million, blah, 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 blah. And he said there's one. And that was with, what about Iron Man? Ooh, Iron Man could probably do it, right?
Right, but I like the other one. The other one makes sense.
Best superhero, Captain America.
Right.
Ooh, Captain America's good because he's smart.
Yeah.
Like he knows. Here's why Captain America. I think Captain America won't be the best contractor. He'd be the best superintendent.
I was just going to say that.
Right, because he has brains and he can like command and from the field very quickly. But I got to stick with Batman. Who do you think's the best contractor? Oh yeah, Batman easily. He definitely figured out blueprints, making plans. Everyone else just got strength. Blueprints. Okay, yeah. Of course, Batman. That's the thing. He's got the best toolkit, the best tool belt, right? And in the worst case scenario, you can bring in Catwoman and Robin to help him out.
Nothing will get done. Nothing will get done then.
Right? Catwoman? How about Batgirl? They never really developed those characters.
That's a stretch.
Uh-oh. Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. End of story. I'm buying anything she's selling. You know what? I want to date Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter, 70s, completely.
Right back in the day?
Pin-up model, yeah. Absolutely.
I didn't realize they changed the Wonder Woman thing. We don't go there in politics, but I love Wonder Woman. And the new one, too, Gal Gadot. Oy, she's my type. Superhero. Imagine her just beat me up. Whew. I know. Okay, so you do design build. You'll even change the doorbell. That's interesting that you do that. So we talked about kitchens. We talked about room additions. What if someone has the kid go to college, okay, and the bedroom off the master bedroom? Do you knock the wall out between the two? Make it a walk-in closet?
Ensuite.
Yeah, right?
I have a similar situation where I was with some clients yesterday, and their son's going to be in college. He's going to be up at school for 11 weeks.
Right.
So the reno time is an 11-week process to renovate the house, right? Which is a smart move because he's not there, and it doesn't create any more pressure on the house because it's just the two of them that are home while it's being done. We see a lot of those.
I've had a lot of homeowners call me up and say my kid went to college, and I want to do something with that room. I always say to them, make it a walk-in closet, and I say, give California Closets a call. You don't care about that, right? You don't mind. A good company?
I love them.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're awesome.
When it comes to closet design and reorganization of space, I need reorganization of space. They're going to be coming to my house. Like, I have so much schmutz and skuts and all the stuff that have generated over the years. Not a hoarder, but I got a lot of stuff.
I got 300 T-shirts, my man.
Okay, so you know.
I was a T-shirt guy.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, so I've got stacks and stacks of T-shirts. So I was a T-shirt guy for years and years and years. So you're talking to the wrong guy.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure, but
Between T-shirts and shoes, I've probably got you beat. I'm like a miniature Imelda Marcos.
Shoes?
Yeah.
I love shoes.
Oh yeah, me too.
You have no idea. I'm a shoe slut.
I just ordered 2 new pair yesterday on the internet.
Oh yeah, late night TV's tough for me. But I also order like home improvement stuff. A lot of. So
do I.
Let me ask you this, Brian. You like California Closets because I like them. I'm going to have them do a quote for me for my basement organizer. I got racks, by those rolling racks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I'm literally got a problem.
I have about 8 of them. I have about 8 of them myself.
For a man, I got too many clothes. But I have clothes in this waist, when I was fat.
Oh, yeah.
I got all of them. I don't throw them away. Maybe I'll donate it. But I'm going to have California Closets come to the house. I'm going to have them assess all my needs. New closets upstairs. I have 2 walk-in closets I need to reorganize. I want to do my basement. So I'm going to have them give me a roadmap. You know what I'm saying? That way, they'll say, okay, phase 1 will be this. Plus, I got my garage. You know the garage is the last frontier of a house?
But they make some really killer cabinets for the garage now that look like a corrugated metal.
I love that.
And you hang them on the wall, and there's a lot of different items. There's pull-out things. There's
Well,
stuff.
for landscape material, you got a lot you can do, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
That's what I figured. And I wasn't sure, but again, I'm going to call them up. So, and as I say, if you get a big room addition plan, do you work with them if you had to?
Do I work with
California Closets?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I figured. So, what about someone calls you for siding? You'll go out there?
Absolutely.
How about gutters?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go out for all the items. The only thing that we stay away from is basement waterproofing. That is a specialty item, and there are companies that specialize in the basement waterproofing. And the other item is landscaping. There are landscape contractors out that
we have them all at Hurricane.
They do it more efficient than we can do it.
We haven't mentioned roofing. I've got this roofing deal going.
Right.
You like it?
Yeah.
You heard me talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, anything that saves the homeowner money and they're able to make the choices themselves and cut out a lot of the problems that occur, it's a great idea.
By the way, for everyone out there, we're talking about the Roof Resource, roofresource.com. Brian, actually, we met and talked to him.
Yeah.
You liked it, didn't you?
Yeah.
So the Roof Resource is the place where homeowners go get roofs at cost. I've got a lot of haters right now against me because of that.
But that's because it's change, and people don't like change when it happens fast. But people didn't like the internet when it came out, and folks didn't like cell phones when they first came out. They thought that was ridiculous. And then we moved into what we have now, which is a mini computer you're carrying around. So it's change, and I understand it.
Chat GPT.
Yeah. If you don't change, you're going to be stuck in the past, right?
Change means you lead, you follow, or get out of the way, right?
Absolutely.
Lee Iacocca. So, with that being said, it's interesting about the roof. I was talking to him. Mike Harvey's the owner of the Roof Resource. I was talking to him yesterday. He said something, and I didn't comment on it, but it's been festering in my mind. We were talking about another roofer, and he says, Adam, that roofer's smart. 30 years in the business. He does 800 to 1,000 roofs a year, and he kicks butt. And we were talking about how the roofer was telling us how good he is and he's the best. And, you got to be confident, right? If you're not confident in what you do, don't talk about it. And then Mike says to me, Adam, it took me, someone who's not in the industry, 3 minutes to redo this model. And I came up with this Roof Resource. And it stuck in the head. I'm like, wow. And this concept, the Roof Resource, which is a roof at cost for everyone out there thinking about getting roofs, it's a disruptor in the industry. Disruptor. All the roofers are going to freak out. Either they're going to join us or they're going to end up, there's always going to be room for them, but they're going to end up behind us. Would you
There's
agree?
always going to be there's roofs that are going to be had throughout the Metro Detroit area. There's always going to be roofs, right? So this is just a different segment of the market.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're also going to ask you contractors, which superhero is the best contractor? Someone said Groot. I want to talk about that in a second. Keep it locked in here, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement. Brian, what's the phone number for people to call you?
586-929-0224.
And if you want, my friends, you can go to Hire It Done's Facebook page. I mean, hireitdone.com, actually, and on the back, contractors. You can find them right away. We're talking about which contractor or which superhero would be the best contractor. Someone put Lex Luthor. I look like Lex Luthor. He's my doppelganger. But he's smart enough to hire it done with henchmen and will navigate all the codes, but never get you in trouble. That's from Donovan in Brush Park. Shout out to Donovan. I like that. How about Groot? I am Groot. He would simply build the house through his own imagination. It may not be up to code. But you know it would be the most unique house you ever had. Probably a tree house.
Maybe.
Right?
Right? He likes all natural things.
When I was a kid, I had a tree house.
Did you?
And my dad built me one. It was so cool. It had Anderson windows. My dad took a couple junk windows.
So you guys had some windows left over,
right? Yeah. Is that the best?
Yeah, take that siding and put on green. We got white.
We had like 3 kinds of shingles.
Yeah.
But my dad's like, it was great. And we had
he was innovative.
Yeah. I fell out of it and broke my collarbone.
Oh.
It was my fault.
We built forts. You called them forts.
Out of pillows.
No,
in the living room.
No, we just took pallets and we built them around trees.
Here's one. We have an investor that bought the house next to us, and he's flipping the house. Our houses are old, and they're very close together. He has torn down walls and worked on the electrical. No permits were pulled that we know of. We talked to our city, but they won't check the site. What can we do to protect our house if the electrical work done starts a fire and damages our house and the neighbor's house?
Call the code enforcement officer.
Yeah.
And you let the code enforcement officer know that the work is being done and you don't believe it's permitted and you're afraid that you may have an electrical fire. Right.
The other thing you can do is when the house gets listed, you can ask the real estate agent for the seller disclosure. And if it says newly updated, and then you say, well, there's no permits in record of the city, that jams up the investor. Because then they have to disclose that it was renovated without a permit.
Absolutely. But
that ruins it all.
The bad part is you got these guys that want to do these flips in 30 days or less, and they cut a lot of corners to be able to get it done in 30 days or less.
Yep.
And it puts new homeowners at risk.
Thor has the best hammer. Asgard. Yeah, well, Asgard is one of the best places to work. I remodel houses in Asgard. No, I wish I did. 248-539-9797. Today is Shout Out Saturday. Today is ask any question you want. Text us if it's home improvement related. We'd love to try and answer it. And which superhero do you believe could be the best contractor? I'm sticking with Batman. I really do. Best toolkit, best tool belt. He can bring Robin in, Catwoman, Batgirl in to help.
I think there's a debate to be had here.
Alfred could be like in the background of Batman. Let me tell you something.
He answers the phones.
Mr. Wayne, right? He does answer the phone. I'm telling you, Batman. He can fly in. Does Batman have a contractor truck? What kind of truck would Batman drive? Hummer? Ford
not a lot of room.
Raptor?
It looks great, but there's not a lot of room.
How about a Raptor?
Maybe a Ford Excursion.
Back in the day, those were cool, right? Yeah. The diesel one fit like 10 people.
Or like my Dodge Ram, which is a beast.
You see those Rams, like the FTX, whatever they are, is it FTX or something?
You're talking about the Raptors?
No, the Ram.
That's the Ford. The
Ram with the Hemi.
TRXs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have a Hellcat, right?
Yeah.
Wait, how many horsepower does yours have?
1,100 to the tire.
What was the quarter mile time?
The best it ran with me before we just did the new surgery was 9:59.
9 seconds.
9:59. Yeah. I should be low 9s, 9:10, 9:20s when we're done.
Was it automatic or manual?
It's automatic. It's an automatic. You get out better with an automatic with these cars with that 8-speed. It shifts quicker.
Wow.
It lifts the tires off the ground, comes off the ground a couple inches.
Did you ever drive that to a job site?
Yeah, I have.
So you get there quick?
Yeah, but it's so loud that the homeowners freak out. No, it's worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? 248-539-9797. Jordan in Waterford with the group comment on here. Grubhubbing on my day off, my weekly job. Let me give you I have a hack for Grubhub. You want to hear my Grubhub hack?
Okay.
I'm a foodie. Can't help myself.
Here we go.
I'm VIP, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. They love me. Here's the deal. If you're a Grub, oh my God, I got the best one just now. All right, but we're going to talk Grubhub for a second. Sarge, hold on, Sarge. Grubhub. If you're a Grubhub, DoorDash, or any of those drivers, sign up to drive and deliver only in Bloomfield, Birmingham. And I'm tell you why. My average Grubhub order is $100. I give a $20 tip every time. Same delivery in Clawson, Centerline, whatever, ain't gonna be $100. So as a Grubhub driver, you deliver the same. It takes you an hour to pick up a food and deliver it. Make $20 or make $6. What are you gonna do, Brian? So Grubhub delivery, DoorDash people, Uber Eats guys, listen to me. Do your deliveries in Bloomfield, Birmingham, West Bloomfield, in that area, or maybe Grosse Pointe. Here's the thing: your average delivery is going to be 2 to 3 times that of the other areas. So why not drive to Bloomfield, sit in the parking lot, go to Planet Fitness while you're waiting for a delivery, go tanning, and deliver out there. I'm telling you, you go to Steve's Deli. You know, it's one of my favorites. Stage Deli, any of them. Your order's a lot more.
We're in northern Macomb County. Ours is $100 or more every time as well.
Okay, well, you're like me. You're a foodie. But most people...
No, I got boys.
Okay, so you know. I'm just saying, look.
I got grown boys. They like to eat.
Shout out to my boy Sarge. He's like, who can design the best brochure? Moose can. We have you know the guy. Can't mention his name on the radio because he'll get mad at me. But we have a friend who had to start a business with us. College educated. And it was called eHomescore. It was a great idea. It was Carfax for houses. So if you were to buy a house, it would give you the history of the house. Permits pulled, if it was a fire, insurance claims, everything. What a great idea, right? And then we do an inspection and we give the house a score. So we know, oh, the roof got a Z, you know, whatever. So this guy, Moose, and we were all partners, he came to us, I got the marketing done. He brought a Trapper Keeper. And he cut and pasted pictures out of online or whatever, taped it on a couple pieces of paper. He brought it, and he goes, here's our brochure. And I swear to God, I looked at Pete and Sarge, those are our partners, who are great guys, by the way. And we looked at each other and, what are we going to do with this? Are you kidding me? The guy graduated from Adrian College. We all decided that we were going to write the dean of the college and ask him to rescind his degree. Dear Mr. Dean, we want you to take this guy's degree and pull it back. Well, I cannot believe.
But you have to give him an A for effort.
This is some moose. You know what? Give him an A for effort. Oy vey is all I can say. 248-539-9797. What do we do with guy flipping a house and didn't pull a permit? Do you call the city? Or, I mean, literally.
Okay.
You have your own electrician go in there and look at it?
That's a gray area, right? Do you want to be the neighbor that calls it in?
Turned them in.
Right? Because then you're going to create problems with them. Or are you legitimately concerned that they're going to burn the house down? I mean, it's a tough call. I mean, calling the city and dealing with the red tape, that's a tough call as well. I mean, you have to call code enforcement. That's really the only person that's going to do anything.
Right. It's interesting. That's all you can do. What happens, Brian? The homeowner says to you, "Hey, Mr. Lee, we love the work so far, but you're taking so darn long. Why can't you get this done? What's going on, man? Why is it taking forever? I want to know right now why. Well, tell me why."
Depends on the materials. Depends on what we've ordered. Depends on what the time frames are for the materials. We have guys on job sites every day.
Right.
It's just materials.
Okay. Well, interesting that you say that it is. Most of the time, that's the delay. But what about contractors who are bad at scheduling? Let's say they get the plumber in and the plumber says, I'll be done Thursday. And then they're done Thursday. Then the builder says, okay, I'm going to call the electrician now. You know how frustrating that is?
It's extremely frustrating, but you also have to understand how many trades have left our area and went on to greener pastures. You know, we used to have a plethora of electricians. I'd have 30, 40 of them. Now we're down to 1 or 2. Why? Because they pulled up stakes when things got bad and went other places where the building was booming. So there's that you have to deal with as well.
All right, man, I like that. You're right. So I'm going to tell you right now as we get ready for a break, it's all about communication.
Absolutely.
Contractor communicates with the homeowner ahead of time and says, listen, my electrician who's the best in the business, he's 2 weeks out. and I had him scheduled, but he's stuck on a job. We will get there, and I'll explain that when we get a minute. We're going to take a break. My name's Adam Helfman. Keep it locked in here, friends. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Brian Lee in studio, Metro Home Improvement. You can find his number on the back of the Hire Done page. Contractors. Design Build. We were talking about which superhero would be the best contractor. I'm still sticking with Batman. 248-539-9797 if you know. We were talking about how to hack Grubhub and DoorDash, and former Grubhub driver just said, checking in the big money areas like Bloomfield, Birmingham, typically have wait lists to be able to deliver in them. I didn't know that.
There goes your theory.
I know, but still, I had a friend who did it. Literally, he worked 3 days a week doing DoorDash. He made $1,200 a week. Just 3 days. Dude, I want to do that.
I don't know if you do. Sounds great.
Here's why I wouldn't do it. You ready? Because if any of that food odor gets in my car, I'm going to try and sample it.
So you're getting half a pizza.
I want
to.
I'm going to carry a sticker and a stapler in my car just to open it up, steal a French fry.
Yeah.
Can I have one fry, an onion ring? What? Do you remember the movie Fatso?
Yeah.
Dom DeLuise?
Yeah.
He went to pick up the birthday cake, Anthony. It said, "Happy birthday, Anthony." And he took a piece and he ate the Oni, O-N-Y. And the mom came in, "Who ate the Oni?" What was the name of the fat guy group? You remember?
Fat guy group.
From Chubby, from the movie Fatso.
I couldn't tell you.
Because I'm a former fat guy, I know it. It's one of my favorite movies. My dad used to look like Dom DeLuise. That's why. The name of the fat guy group from the movie Fatso was the Chubby Checkers.
Well, how original.
I was a chubby checker.
How original.
If it weren't for gastric bypass, I'd be at 500 pounds or 6 feet under right now. Literally. That's just how I am. I can't stand it. I love food. I'm an addicted food addict. But it's all right. I'm smart. I got Dr. Khan in my corner. Anyways, Brian, we got 2023. We're in February. If someone's thinking about a room addition for the summer, what if someone wants a deck? We do a deck?
Yeah. We do them all the time.
I need a deck. My kid's got a graduation party in June. When do you start?
Right now.
Wow,
because the permitting process, it's the permitting process. We do everything. I mean, we do like I said, residential, commercial, and industrial. We do it all. So permitting is the key. You got to get permits. Take some time.
Yeah. And the cities are taking a little bit longer. But you know what? Listen, after the pandemic, everything's changed.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the other thing that slow a job down. You call the inspector, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll be there next Tuesday." And it's Tuesday today.
Or
a
he
week.
services 3 counties or 3 cities.
We'll get to you.
Yeah.
So, as a very, very, how would I say, diligent, prudent, smart, proactive contractor, when you sit down with a homeowner and you say, "Okay, Mrs. Homeowner, before we start, let's go through the process. Let's go through what happens in a job, what could happen, and how I'm going to try and prevent things. However, I'm not perfect. Things happen. However, I'm solution-minded. So when there is a problem, we're going to solve it. And I'm going to go head first." So let's talk about what could happen during a job. Okay? Let's start at the beginning, just like you said. Foundations, footings. Guy comes in, is trenching footings for the addition. What do you usually hit in the footings?
Gas line, water line, electrical line, cable line.
So there, got to call Miss Dig.
We do that first.
And then Miss Dig comes out and they sometimes could be off a little.
Miss Dig took 3.5 weeks to get to a job that I called out. We had to call 3 times in between the 3.5 week period to get them out.
Interesting. Miss Dig, usually in my experience, is really good. Now, what about when the guy's trenching and he hits a boulder, a tree stump?
How about we hit a septic tank that was abandoned?
Oy. Was it
1,500 gallon 2-compartment tank. I had to take it out, and it made the footings 4.5 feet wide.
Oh, because of the gap.
Yeah.
You couldn't fill it in with a pea stone or anything? Compacted?
Nope.
No, you're right. You can't. Okay, so there's some of the things, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, that could happen just on footings. So now that you have the footings, a good contractor, just like Brian Lee just said, is going to explain that to you. Mrs. Jones, here's what could happen in the footings. Okay, now you got the block work. Not much happens there. It's pretty standard, as long as it's straight.
Well, yes, it is pretty standard, but you get a lot of contractors who just want to lay block and not parge it. Parging the block strengthens the block, and it keeps the block from being a porous surface to a solid surface. So,
okay, well, explain parging.
That is actually filling the holes that are in the block with concrete.
Okay.
So we put wall ties in there, we fill around the wall ties, and then we parge the block with concrete because instead of, we don't want to do an above ground poured wall, which would be a ridiculous amount of money. We use the concrete block and we parge it.
Yeah, okay. And that's smart. Now you got that. So you tell the homeowner that.
Oh, absolutely.
What about when the block hits the house?
We don't write proposals, Adam. We write contracts. And within those contracts, we list every item, like we're building from the side of the beef carver.
Right. So it's like a roadmap.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end.
Work to be done
like
at following address.
So I tell homeowners, here's the advice from Hired Done. Have the contractor, when he puts the proposal before the contract, Tell him you want everything written like a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Once you get that, you give it back to the contractor. And I know some people have done that to you. And say to the contractor, just like this, Mr. Contractor, like this. It's really good. However, according to Adam Helfman, he told me to give it back to you and have you write in the proposal what's not included.
So we have a provision at the bottom. And my provision is owner to do. And right at the owner to do space, I write it in. Owner to do. The moving of the electrical service panel on the back of your house, because you are the owner of it with DTE Energy. You make that phone call.
If that's part of the deal, you have to move it.
Right. Owner to do. All carpeting, because they might want to do their own carpeting. Owner to do. Staining or painting or whatever they're doing, we write all those in, because those provisions that I put in the contract for them are their part of the job, and then we write everything that we're doing.
You know, it's funny. When we were contractors, my dad didn't want to do painting, so we always excluded paint. Cable wires, paint. There was a list of things.
I've painted jobs 5 times before people are like, they pick out the paint, we paint it. That's not what I picked out. You put the sample up against it.
Yeah.
It's identical. Well, I don't like it. So then we have to repaint. So I paint with a professional painter, but I don't like to paint when people are fickle.
Okay, that's smart. So the question is, when you give the homeowner what's included, what's not included, it helps establish the expectation levels.
Absolutely.
Now, homeowner says to you, okay, Mr. Lee, we're happy. We're ready to go. We understand some of the situations that you brought us up. How long should the job really take?
Okay. So we give you an estimated time frame. We also explain to them with the permitting process, from getting the inspector out there to take a look at it, sign off on it. If there's something he wants fixed, I got to bring the contractor back in to fix it. I can't give you a definitive answer. I can't say, bam, it's going to be done in 11 days and 4 hours.
But you just have to give him flexibility.
Yes, absolutely.
At what point in the job, let's say it's a 6, 8, 9 month job. At what point in the job, no matter how great you're doing, does the homeowner get sick of you?
Probably after the first month.
21 days. It's 21 days. I used to track that. We went to the far. I went one time thinking, I have a great idea. You know me, I'm the idea guy, right? I always come up with inventions. One of my my ideas was having an on-staff therapist.
For the contractor or for the homeowner?
For the homeowner. Mrs. Jones, when it comes time where you're frustrated, you have anxiety and you can't sleep, and your husband's lazy boy has dust and visqueen on it, and your kids ran through the drywall mud, and the house is a tornado, we have a 24/7 number, an 800 number. Hit the emergency button, and we have a PhD psychiatrist on staff. No prescriptions for Xanax or any of that Klonopin. However, we'll talk you off the ledge.
Our best jobs that we do are when the homeowners vacate the premises.
Well, yeah, they're not living there.
They're not there every day, so they can't look and say, you didn't do this right. And we're like, we haven't got to that step yet. Give us a second, right? So that's the best contractor, best job you want to do.
Okay, I like that. Are you busy?
We are slammed. In fact, like I was telling you, I'll shout out to my good friends, Mike, Simon, John, and Dan. We're renovating a brand new bar. It used to be known as Midway Bar and Grill. And we're turning it into a place called Shenanigans now. It's going to be a gastro pub or a pub.
Yeah.
We've taken that on as well.
It's going to be good food?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he has. They all own other bars and restaurants. They have phenomenal food. If you like corned beef, these are the guys to see.
I'm Jewish. Don't talk to me about
There you go.
corned beef from the Shenanigans. I'm Stage Deli.
Wait till you see theirs.
Okay. I know. All right, well, we can put their corned beef. They can have the cabbage with their corned beef. Me, on the other hand, I want rye bread, coleslaw, Russian dressing.
Yeah, you want the Jewish. They like the Irish.
Come on. Of course we do.
Absolutely.
All right, so as we wrap it up here, Brian, let me ask you a little bit about you. You have kids?
I do.
Where do you live?
I live in northern Macomb County.
And your kids are?
25 and a half, 18 and a half.
Anyone work for you?
They both do.
All right, good. You're going to groom them for the business?
My son that was 25 and a half was going to school to be a doctor and figured out another 6 years of school was not the way for him. Right now he's burned out. Been going to college since he was 17. And he's going to take over my business in about 4 years.
What's the phone number before we wrap it up?
586-929-0224.
And for everyone out there, my name's Adam Helfman. I want to thank you. I'm grateful for everybody listening. And we'll be back next week. And we're going to be on Facebook Live from now on, too. We got that back up and running. Have a great day, everyone. Be safe. I'll see you next week.